Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. It's your brother, Bahayar or War, coming from Tulsa, Oklahoma, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakadash, which in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew time, as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to you brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Woo, Yahshua, man, prophecy is happening at a very, very astronomical rate. I mean, very fast, man. So I'm about to hit you with the latest, greatest. I got a World War III update, and what I'm gathering from the whistleblowers and some news outlets, but they've been very tight-lipped about this. What I'm hearing is Babylon the Great, aka America, and the Small Hatters. I'm talking in code. If you don't know what the Small Hatters is, go down my catalog. USA and Small Hatters just attacked Iran. I'm hearing they hit about 4 facilities. Ain't no telling what the facilities was, but they are attacking Iran. And then they also got riots and uproars happening. Those was nothing but agent provocateurs. USA is already knee-deep in Iran. And it looks like they're taking down Iran the same way they did Venezuela. It's looking like the same playbook. And so right now the talk is they're talking regiment change. You know, give us a, basically you got to get a puppet leader that I appoint and everything will be cool. Then they're talking about taking a nuclear program down. So we're going to see if that's going to happen. Keep our eyes peeled. I'm about to play a quick little video talking about basically why Babylon the Great wants to attack Iran. Really, they only doing it because the Small Hatters is making them do it. The Small Hatters want a central bank in Iran, and they want to control their resources, and they ain't got a foothold in that country. They've been trying to get it since what? Since 2001. And they're making the sword, which is Babylon Great America, the hammer, do their bidding for them. Because their president is in the pocket of the Small Hatters. So I'm going to play a quick little clip. Give you a general idea.
Why the U.S. is quietly preparing to launch airstrikes on Iran. This isn't about invasion, it's about control. Iran has pushed closer to the nuclear threshold, expanded missile production, and activated proxy forces across the Middle East, from Iraq to Syria to the Red Sea. That crossed a line. So Washington's response isn't loud. It's surgical, quiet force positioning. Carrier groups moving closer, air assets forward deployed. Targets mapped, not cities, but facilities, missile sites, drone factories, command nodes. The goal isn't regime change, yet. It's containment. Airstrikes would aim to slow Iran's nuclear progress, cripple its strike capabilities, and re-establish deterrence without triggering full-scale war. Why the U.S. is quiet.
So you see right there, so that's why they want to attack, man. It's all about control. This could be the big one, because Iran is much beloved by the Muslim nations of the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia. There's other Turkey. Turkey likes Iran. You know, Iran got some allies. They supposed to be allied up with Russia and China. We'll see, how that go. You said they didn't give a dang about Venezuela. And but anyway, I got a precept on this because this is the Small Hatters doing this. And they got enough money where they can really chill out and just continue ruling the world. But they want to attack Iran, and really what Esau's doing is setting itself in a trick bag. And the Lord said that these devils would do that. Because you go to Jeremiah 49:20, it says, "Therefore heard the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman." Teman is the grandson of Esau, who was a mighty warrior. So this is kind of like talking about the war people of Edomites. It says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." And I like a key part of this precept I pulled out is that surely the least of the flock should draw them out. So that right there shows us what's going on, Yahshua. Who's the least of the flock? It's the Small Hatters, the Israelis. They are the smallest group of people on the face of the planet. They're a small group of Edomites. But yet they have all the money, so therefore they have all the power. And they tell the other Edomites, the Babylonians, the Americans, who represent the sword, the military might, what to do. So like their precept said, the least of the flocks draw them out, because what's happening, we're seeing it. The small hatters, the Israelis, are drawing out America and all these other countries. They're drawing everybody out to what? To World War III. They don't have to do that. You got enough resources, enough money. You can go bow to somebody else. But these devils is on world conquest right now. They've already expanded themselves through Gaza, blew up the Gaza Strip, taking land over there, and now they want to take Iran. Iran is rich in what? Oil. Same as Venezuela. So the Edomites want that, so they want full, total control. And what they're doing is they want control so they can collapse the current system. To bring in a new system, you have to collapse the old system. So that's what they're doing right now through this war. And this is doing it right here. I'm going to go get it. Let's go to Revelation 11 and 14. I'm going to show you what else this is doing, because it's having a big ripple effect. Like, these devils is covering up a whole lot of stuff during the cover of war. So this is Revelation 11 and 14. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So woe goes into destruction, sorrow. That's what woe goes into. And it also goes into war. So the Lord said the second war is past, and it said, behold, the third war cometh quickly. And that's World War III. I think we pretty much already in World War III. We're in the beginning stages of it. You know, Russia's in the process of taking Ukraine back. China is geared up to take Taiwan back. They can all do that because Babylon Great America took Venezuela. So we're in the year of conquest, man. People taking like massive land grabs. So now these devils got their eyes on Iran. They want Cuba, Colombia. They're taking Argentina. The small hatters are running the campaign in Argentina, taking that land. And so a lot of movement is being made in the guise of what? World War III, man. Them plagues, man. That sword is coming. You got the Epstein files that came out. I noticed every time some Epstein file information come out, the Trump administration starts a war. Last time something came out, Venezuela. Now some stuff done came out. Now they bombing on Iran. And then I got a clip. Let's go get that. Because I get better, like, stuff on the TikTok, and the whistleblowers are talking about it too. But it's a little bit of stuff on the mainstream media. Like right here. Where is it at? See, they just bombed in Iran, see? They're trying to keep a hush-hush, but they already attacked.
As U.S. military buildup continues, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has announced two-day live-fire drills in the Strait of Hormuz beginning today. The exercise, however, has prompted the U.S. Central Command to issue a stern warning to Iran, asking them to avoid any unsafe actions. The Iranian state media on Thursday had announced these drills that would see participation from IRGC naval forces. It also reported that the exercise would be carried out in the Strait of Hormuz, a strategic waterway and a choke point, accounting for 20% of the world's oil supply. And in a long post on X, the U.S. Central Command urged the IRGC to conduct the announced naval exercises in a manner that is safe, professional, and avoids unnecessary risk to international maritime traffic. The CENTCOM went on to say that it will ensure the safety of U.S. personnel, ships, and aircraft operating in the region. The post further highlighted a range of actions that the U.S. would consider hostile, including overflight of U.S. military vessels engaged in flight operations, low altitude around overflight of U.S. military assets, high-speed boat approaches on a collision course with U.S. ships, or weapons trained at the U.S. forces. Now, the U.S. has assembled its popular armada near the waters of Iran. It is led by nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, which is flanked by 3 naval destroyers. Washington has also rushed in fighter jets and heavy bombers in regional bases. Additionally, it has docked its Navy destroyer in Port of Eilat, Israel's only commercial gateway to the Red Sea. US President Donald Trump has indicated that Iran would seek to negotiate a deal rather than face American military action. Speaking to reporters, Trump said that Iran's decision to halt the executions of protesters was an evidence that the country was willing to negotiate. Listen to this.
They were going to hang 837 people, and I told them, if you do it, you're going to pay a price like nobody's ever paid before. They pulled back. I appreciated that. But a lot of people are being killed, so we'll see what happens. I can say this, they do want to make a deal.
Trump.
So as you just seen that, Yashara, you got the U.S. carrier Lincoln on the coast of Iran. Iran got troops assembled. That looked like a fight. You know, Babylon the Great is basically saying that Iran's going to make a deal, but, you know, who's to see? You know, we'll see that happen. But I noticed, as we seen in that clip, that Iran is in a fight positioning to defend their land. USA got a destroyer and a carrier off the coast. They getting ready to barge in there and bully Iran. And we'll just see how that goes. But, hey, that's a rumor of a war. Basically a war. Like, shots has already been fired. Iran already done took damage. So basically they already at war. They just trying to see if they're going to escalate it. And then I want to show something else too. This is another thing, a backdrop of this war. Check this out, y'all, Sharala. This is how you know all this is moving to bring in a new system. A beast system. Because check this out too, y'all, Sharala. What this war is doing. Check out what's happening on the money front.
This is WW3, and we've got some major market activity here today. It looks like someone is panicking. We have all the big sites throwing up technical glitches and errors, and you can see the market is dumping out big time. Now, we just had warnings put out by Peter Schiff and others saying that these are signs that a huge crisis is about to unfold, either this year or into next year. And that was because gold was surging. That was their telltale sign. Now, the money masters, the manipulators, JP Morgan Chase and company that have been busted doing this in the past, they have pulled back the gold and silver and dumped the markets out big time. I told you before that they were short. They couldn't pay for everything that they owed at the elevated levels. This is unprecedented. We have never seen a dump off like this ever before. Within 24 hours, you're talking gold minus 12.5% at least, silver minus 34%. It went all the way down to $75. Silver did. And it's doing a little bit of a rebound right now in the 80s. Could be just a small dead cat bounce, and all this continue to fall off. Okay? We're getting close to a Sigma 8 event. That's something that has never happened in the history of finance. And that's crazy. That's more than the GDP of 99% of all the countries in the world, gone in one day. So we've entered this forced liquidation type of phase. And this is a liquidity black hole pretty much. Every major fund out there is getting margin called right now. So they're selling only things that they have left, the only things that they have left here that hold value. They have to do so to cover the losses. So you don't want to get sucked into this. Obviously, this is a window, though, of buy opportunity for anyone that thought that they missed out. This thing, silver especially, clipped 100 and hit 120. The fallout in this short amount of time from $120 down to $75 is crazy. Again, all of the major sites here glitching. How convenient. On the heels of these warnings of a crisis situation. Look at this. LME and then HSBC, a major bullion bank, having technical issues. All of them. Mass bullion places and banks. We've never seen it like this. The dump off is real. And again, it opens up a buy window. We were hoping to see something between 70 and 75, and it came down and touched it. The market's closed for the weekend, I believe 6 p.m. Eastern. They open back up same time on Sunday evening, I believe. That's the scale. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the weekend because something's tied into this for sure. Join me for the live streams going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about updates and details to stories like this and a whole lot more right here. WW3 I hope to see you guys there. Much love.
So you seen that, Yashra? Look, this shows you how manipulated the markets are. At one point, gold and silver was breaking records, and all of a sudden now they just nosedive when they're about to start a giant war. And then look, here's the thing that tripped me out, because we already know they manipulating the market and they trying to do a sellout, you know, basically a wealth transfer. And the public is on to them. You see these comments say, I'm not selling a single ounce. Still, if you own gold and silver, hold. Corruption off the charts. Even check this comment out. It says, looks like Babylon is falling. Woo! Hey, man, the truth is out here. The truth is out here. It's dominating. It's over with, man. Esau cannot run successful psyops no more. He keep running the same play. Let's say it's old, man. People starting to catch on. These devils are fully exposed. So I'm like, you better, hey, use that sword to the best of your ability, Esau, because it's a wrap, man. Everybody is catching on to them. So they done dropped it, because what they trying to do is get everybody to sell. They want to take all the precious metals. They want to take the money that's real tangible, gather it up, and then give you a digital token. Something digital, crypto. And that way it's going to be tracked on a computer, cyberspace, and AI is going to regulate it. And when they got you like that, basically you're on the grid. You're in the matrix. That's one step before they issue out that mark of the beast. So that's what they're trying to do to the public. And the public is hip to it. Public, I ain't selling my gold, my silver. So I'm looking at E like, bro, you got to bring that sword. All this stuff you trying to do. Because they've been doing this for years. They've been doing this over and over again. Every major war. And now with social media and everybody being connected to the internet, so it's like a double-edged sword. Now everybody's caught on the Esau's tactics. So I'm looking at E like, I don't think this is going to work, dude. They already in the comments talking about, you know, they ain't giving nothing out. But these are the smart people, though. These are preppers. So I don't know what the main public is doing. They might be selling off their gold and silver. I don't know. But I see the preppers, you know, they all like, man, I'm not working. I'm not doing that. And they all know it's a game. So they holding their stuff because it's going to shoot back up. They just dipped that to do a little dump. Right when it's about to be a war strike. I mean, come on, man. And then check out something else I've been monitoring, y'all, Sharala, that these devils is doing. Like you said, this devil at the end, he about to throw everything out there. They got a new pestilence they're trying to get some legs on. Check this out.
Officials in the U.S. tonight are monitoring a deadly virus that is spreading overseas. Airports in Southeast Asia are now heightening their airport screenings. Raf Sanchez is following this from London for us. And Raf, what more do we know?
So, Tom, airports across the region are stepping up their screening for what's known as the Nipah virus. This is a far more deadly virus than COVID. It has a fatality rate of between 40 and 75%, according to the World Health Organization. Now, it's usually carried by fruit bats, and human-to-human transmission seems to be rare, but there is no vaccine at this point, which is why these two cases in India are being taken so seriously. The Indian Ministry of Health says it's been doing contact tracing, and it believes the virus is contained, and the CDC says it is monitoring the situation, and it stands ready to assist if needed. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
How convenient. All of a sudden now you got a pestilence out there, a virus that's more deadly than the C19. How convenient. But they need to try to lock everybody down. So we'll see if they'd even get some legs on it. But you see, they're running that same little tactic again. So people can't say nothing going on, man. There's major stuff happening. I mean, you got riots. I mean, you got the public fighting ICE and Babylon the Great. Like, this place is about to crash. So this the Lord is doing. Now I'm starting at the top. This is 2nd Ezra 16:1. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria." You know, that's where all continents where war is about to break out at. Verse 2, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." World War III. Verse 3, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?" Verse 4, "A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?" Verse 5, "Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?" So the Lord said He's about to send plagues to the world. Plagues of fire, pestilence, war, the sword. You got ace agents running around in Babylon the Great, harassing people, attacking people. You got the people fighting back. That's the start of a civil war. Then you got war breaking out over there in Iran. You got war breaking out Argentina. You got war breaking out in Russia and Ukraine. And it could possibly break out between China and Taiwan. So and that's just the wars we know about. There's other wars going on in Africa, which is all backed by Edomites. There's wars going on, other wars going on in the Middle East, backed by Edomites, and it's just war everywhere, man. It's gonna be war in Babylon the Great. So that's times we living in. And that's the plagues, man, because the plagues are what? They're here to destroy Esau, Edom, so-called white man, his enterprise. And it's doing that too. These devils are really cooked. What we're seeing now is them trying to make little moves to try to extend their rulership. But as I look out here, Yashra, I'm like, it's over for E. E is cooked. So what we need to do is prepare for the backlash, the hissy fit, when the devil realizes that he's done. And I'm going to leave off this right here, because this is why war is going to break out. The war is breaking out because Esau's kingdom is being destroyed and his time is about up. And the Lord said to woe to us because of that, because the Lord already know what Esau going to do when he start running out of time and what he's known for. He going to create war. This devil came in and ruled by war. He going to go out and be destroyed by war. And we're in that phase right now. So this is Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." See that? Esau's time is about up. This devil still has a mighty sword. He gonna swing it. You got ICE agents, unaliving people, public fighting back. They gonna give ICE more money, get them live ammunition, say lay them out. These devils getting exposed by Epstein files. If one get exposed, they all gonna be nervous. I might get exposed. So with that type of pressure, what they gonna do? They gonna start a war. That's what they gonna do. They got Trump on a hot mic talking about starting a war, because he don't want to come out of them Epstein files. So however it happened, man, the Lord is making these devils start wars and go to war. And we know how it's going to end. See, the Lord said he destroyed the world with fire. That fire is going to come from the missiles being launched all over the place. We're in the era of missile warfare. It ain't about infantry like that. They got high-tech weaponry. Drones and missiles. Which do what? Create fire. Explosions. And before that, you got pestilence type of plagues. People fighting one another. civil war, fighting over resources, gonna end up fighting over food. It's gonna be a famine. They laying people off. They getting rid of these food facilities. That's how they gonna control the little bit of the public out here. Is by, only certain people gonna have access to food. So it's gonna be food wars out here. The Lord is purging. And that's why we gotta stay locked in with the Lord, man, that we don't receive none of these plagues that Babylon the Great is about to receive. And so with that being said, I hope it's been informative. I hope it's been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah. Hey, and stay locked in, because Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.